Hey guys, I am IzDaisho and I'm here bringing you another Strixhaven Draft. We are all ready to go. I've done a few more drafts since the last video. Man, I don't even remember what I drafted in that one. But, okay, I've actually got some really good options here for my first pick. I've got Frost Trickster, which is just a great creature, really under-costed for what it does. Radiant Scroll Wielder, just a powerful rare card. And then if I wanted to dip into red, I could go with Heated Debate or Practical Research if I wanted to go red-blue. Heated Debate, just a solid removal spell. Practical Research, very, very good draw spell. Basically, I mean, draw 4 in the late game, even if you're discarding 2 lands, is great. If you just can discard a instant or sorcery, that's also great. I think Radiant Scroll Wielder is a little bit better. That's where I'm leaning towards right now. By the way, Lash of Malice is also good. Spirit Summoning, Eureka Moment. This really just is a great pack. So I'm just going to grab the rare here because I do think it's the most powerful card. But there's really a lot of good options in that one. And I don't think that I could have gone wrong with any of them. Okay. Sticking with the red-white theme, Thunderous Orator is really good. Just a creature that gets a lot of abilities depending on your other creatures. So that's a pretty good option. I don't see any reason to go with something else. Inkling Summoning is a very good card too, and if you can get some learn cards, then it's amazing. Even if you play it in your main deck, it's pretty good because a lot of cards require Magecraft, and that triggers it. Plus, it just gives you just a solid card. It's not like a good rate, 2/1 flyer. It's not a good rate, but it's not awful. I also like Eye Twitch. I think it's a good spot to drop counters on, and the ability to just learn when it dies means that it often will get you a card, even if the 1/1 flyer wasn't quite worth the card. Then there's also Pop Quiz, which is nice. A couple of lands, which are always useful, but I'm going to go with the Orator for now. Okay, so it slows down a little bit in terms of red-white. There's Pillar Drop Warden, which isn't really what you want to be doing in red-white unless it's a much slower red-white deck. There is... Other than that, it's really the only... I mean, I don't really want this card. It's not bad. Learn cards are all pretty good, but it usually comes around a little bit later. But what I'm really looking at here is Flunk. I think moving into black for Flunk, a third pick Flunk, is really good. It's an instant speed removal spell. Doesn't quite kill everything, but towards the late game it kills what it needs to kill. In the early game it kills what it needs to kill. Fractal Summoning, Biomathematician, some good green-blue cards. Mage Hunter's Onslaught, also a solid removal spell. And then just, again, learn cards. Even if their front half isn't really worth a card, learning certainly is. So that Hunt for Specimens is also not bad. But I'm going to grab the Flunk for now. Okay, pick 4. Again, things seem to be slowing down a bit. For the red-white deck, I don't really like this card much. Make Your Mark is also fine, nothing great. For the black-white deck, though, we've got Mage Hunter's Onslaught. And then if I am playing any sort of medium speed deck, Environmental Sciences is just a really nice card to have access to in the sideboard. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab Mage Hunter's Onslaught here. I like that card quite a bit. I don't know. Some people don't like it as much as me, but I think it's really solid. It's not like I'm so ecstatic to have been past this 4th, but I think it's a decent signal that that black might be the place to shift to. Plus, the Thunderous Orator is really good in black-white. I could even splash the Radiant Scroll Wielder if I need to. So, okay, now as I say that, I get 2 much better cards in this pack than the Mage Hunter's Onslaught. I get this Heated Debate, which is just a really nice removal spell. But I also get Rise of Exodus, which I think is going to be the pick. There's also Black-White Pledge Mage, 3 black for a 5/5 with gain 1 life is also nice, especially if you can get some of the synergy with it. But Rise of Exodus goes in either deck, in the slow red-white deck or in the black-white deck. So I think I'm just going to grab this for now. and still stay open. I mean, heated debate, pick 5, I think is also a nice signal that red might be available for my use. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. All right, nothing perfect here. What does this thing do? Return an artifact, enchantment, instant, sorcery, and planeswalker. So, I mean, that's, at best, it's really going to be instant and sorcery. I don't really think that's particularly good. It's not like I need either of these 3 cards. They're fine, but they're nothing special. Pillar Drop Warden, I do think, is the best card in the pack. I guess I could just go with the Pledge Mage if I'm leaning towards red-black, or white-black, sorry. If I want to be in red-white, Pillar Drop Warden would be the pick, but based on how this pack's going, it's... I was about to switch, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter either way. Okay, so Pillar Drop Rescuer is nice. I only have 1 creature to get back with it so far, and I already do have a 5-drop, though. And then there's also Spirit Summoning, which, no matter what, I'm going to be interested in playing that, or, I mean, keeping it in my sideboard, but having access to it. So Rescuer, Spirit Summoning. I'll go Spirit Summoning. The thing is that if I do end up black-white, 5-drops are not hard to find, and it's not like this is doing crazy things for my deck. So I'm going to go with Spirit Summoning here. Okay. So, I mean, Spectacle Mage coming around, pack 1, pick 8 is really good, but not for me. Not too interested in Revitalize, Agent's Guardian, Spirit, Stonebite, Familiar. I mean, none of this stuff is that interesting. I'll grab the Familiar in case something bizarre happens, but I'm not really planning on playing that. Okay, so this was my original pack. Practical Research made background. Man, I mean, I should have taken that. If I had taken that Spectacle Mage, I might be just a completely different deck right now. Okay, probably a second Spirit Summoning over Unwilling Ingredient, Star Pupil. It doesn't really look like I'm going to be a super low-to-the-ground aggro deck, so I don't really think Star Pupil's great. I also could just take the Infuriate and try and be in red-white, but I think just the second Spirit Summoning to make sure I'm solid on Lessons is nice. I mean, Inkling Summoning coming back around is ridiculous. The thing is that this card goes in any... You can play it with any color pair, basically, except for red-blue, but... So I don't know why people wouldn't be taking it, but I'll take it. Alright, and now I can go ahead and grab one of these learn spells. I'll take Guiding Voice or Hunt for Specimens. I'm going to go ahead and grab Guiding Voice. I don't really... I'm expecting to get some of those cheap flyers, so I think that'll be nice in this deck, but... Alright, grab First Day of Class. Well, I guess I'll grab Letter of Acceptance in case I do want to try and splash this Scroll Wheeler. Pillar Drop Warden comes back around. Since I'm not playing best of 3, access to enchantment removal isn't that big of a deal. I'll grab this Start from Scratch. In case I am splashing Scroll Wielder, you never know. I mean, this is sort of like a sideboard card. Stonerise Spirit's a nice thing to table. I think I'll probably play it. I'll probably play one of those. It's not crazy exciting, but it's also just not a bad card to have. All right, we got a black-white rare. Let's read it. I mean, it's a 2-mana 3/2, and if you happen to guess one of the cards in their hand, then it's good. That's fine. I'll probably be happy with that. There's an Inkling Summoning and an Allen Shield Mage. Inkling Summoning is good still, but it's not as exciting when I already have access to one and I have 2 Spirit Summoning, so I just don't really need it as much. So I'm not going to prioritize it, but I will take more if I get more. I also like Eye Twitch, but I think that this thing's a little bit better. It's 2-mana 3/2. That's fine. All right. So we have this card, which I'm not particularly interested. I mean, I'll take another Thunderous Orator. This card's great. I just need to pick up some flyers here and there. And if I can get Killian, that's really nice. The 2-mana 2/2 Menace Lifelink. That's the black-white legend. That one gives this guy Menace and Lifelink, right? Menace and Lifelink are both up there. So, yeah, I mean, you really want flyers, but Lifelink's also pretty good with that kind of thing. I mean, it really looks like black-white is open coming from this direction because I'm getting Elite Spellbinder and Plumb the Forbidden. What does this do? Oh, this is not the card that I thought it was. I thought this was a removal spell, but I will take Elite Spellbinder here. There's also a Rise of Exodus and a Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Really good cards, really nice options, but I don't quite need those. Elite Spellbinder is really good on its own, just as a spell. Plus, you can name that card with silver, like basically completely lock them out of playing a card. But anyway, Elite Spellbinder 3/1 flyer is awesome, especially with my 2 Thunderous Orators. Okay, we're still doing it here. I think Dueling Coach. I'm not really sure how good this card is. I see people play it a lot, and I'm always like, oh, it's a 4-mana uncommon that works with counters. It's really going to do a lot. And then it just kind of doesn't do that much. So maybe I shouldn't even be bothering with it, and I should just go with the Lure Hold Pledge Mage. But I don't super want a 1 white card in my deck. First Strike would be nice with the Orator, though. I have not too many. Only 4 non-creatures. Alright, I'll go Dueling Coach here. I'm not sure that was the right pick. I mean, here's the thing. I want to be playing stuff like Combat Professor instead. But I guess I'll grab the Pledge Mage here. I think pretty much all the Pledge Mages are good. But then again, maybe I do just go with like a second Mage Hunter's Onslaught for now. And try and grab something like grab random creatures later. I have more creatures than I have spells. I only have 3 spells. I guess they're 3 removal spells. So, alright, I'm going to go ahead and grab the Mage Hunter's Onslaught. I like Combat Professor, Silvercoat Pledge Mage, and Expanded Anatomy for this deck. And Eager First Year is okay too, but I do like removal. I just like drafting removal, I'm sorry. Alright, this is not as good. Nothing here that I super want. I'm like convinced that I want to have access to. Beaming Defense is fine, but like, do I really need to play a combat trick for this deck? It's just my combat isn't really interacting with theirs. This deck is supposed to have a lot of flyers and removal spells, so I don't think that that's really interesting. I don't need another Spirit. I'll grab a Defend the Campus. It's not the worst card to main deck because it at least has 2 modes, so it's not like your destroy creature power 4 or greater is like dead. If you can't have access to it, if they don't have a 4 power creature, you can still use the creatures get +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's not bad. Study Break is great. One of my favorite cards of all time is Feeling of Dread from Innistrad, which was 1 or like tap 2 creatures and then 1 in a blue to flash it back and tap 2 creatures again. I just like the ability to, I know that there's a much more recent version, Ardent Veil Tactician, but I didn't really play with that card that much. I didn't play that set too much. So anyway, Study Break is just reminiscent of that, and is I think it's a pretty good card, especially if I can pick up some Magecraft stuff, which I don't really have much of yet. All right, what does this do? Sure. I mean, this is really pushing the limits on what is actually worth doing for a lesson, but there's nothing else in the pack that I'm interested in, so I guess I'll take it. And I get a really nice table of the Eye Twitch and the Inkling summoning. I'm going to grab the Eye Twitch here. Again, flying for my 2 Thunderous Orators is nice. I have good lessons already. I have 2 Spirit Summonings and an Inkling summoning. So yeah, I'm very happy to grab this Eye Twitch. Perfect. I wanted a Pillar Drop Rescuer before. I don't think I'll play too many, but now that I've got Elite Spellbinder, 2 Thunderous Orators, Silver Quill Silencer, Eye Twitch, Stone Ice Bear. I mean, there's plenty of stuff for this to bring back. So, yeah, I mean, so far, this is going pretty well. I've drafted way more black-white than anyone should in this format. So this is just you draw a card and lose life, but you can also sacrifice creatures to draw more cards. I don't think that that's really anything I want to be doing. Do I want to play 3 Mage Hunters Onslaughts? Probably not. I will, at this point, grab this land. And helps me splash the Scroll Wielder. I haven't really been too interested in doing that because I've gotten pretty high power level cards already, so it's not like I really need to Radiant Scroll Wield people, but at this point I've got 8 non-creature spells, so wow. A lot. I mean, I know that there was like 4 cards there that I left that I was happy to table, but yeah, grabbing the Pledge Mage here is nice. This deck doesn't really end up with a lot of 3-drops, so while the Pledge Mage isn't something that I'm so excited to play, it's not bad. Okay. Nothing too great here. Sacrifice a creature or make a 2/1 flyer is pretty nice. And I mean, Quandrix Apprentice is really good. Elemental Summoning is really good. And I mean, there's like Pilgrim of the Ages probably would be my next pick if I wasn't going to get this Umbral Juke, but Arrogant Poet and Pledge Mage also would be playable in the deck. Again, I think Arrogant Poet works nicely with Thunderous Order if you stack them right. But I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. Okay, I'll take Umbral Juke. It's not it's not like I would much rather open some sort of rare, but it's a solid playable card. Works well with the black-white, the Magecraft stuff. Okay, I mean, as I was saying, there's usually a hole on 3. It's nice to be able to get just a 2/2 flyer, and sometimes it can do something. I have a couple of cheap flyers. What does this do? I mean, that's awesome. But not really what I'm doing in this deck. Another Lesson doesn't really do anything. Divine Gambit is fine. I don't think that it's really... I think that it would be playable. If it comes back around, maybe I'll find some room for it, but not necessary. Whoa. Exchange your hand in graveyard. That's pretty wild. Okay. What does my curve look like right now? I only have 2 5-drops, those being the Pledge Mage and the Rescuer. So I guess I just go for my first Shield Mage here. Other options are just grabbing some sort of removal for my lessons, but again, I don't have too much. I don't know why I'm saying again, but I don't have too many learning spells. I guess I've got a few. 1, 2, 3, plus the 6-drop. So maybe I do have enough learn. Anyway, all right, I'm going for the Shield Mage. Okay, so I can just grab this red-white land. Gift of Estates. If an opponent controls more lands for you, search for up to 3 planes, reveal them, and put them in your hand. I mean, that sounds good, but it's also... I don't know. Maybe this card is just like absolutely ridiculous and what I should be taking, but I don't think that I really need it. Maybe I kind of do, but I don't know. I'm grabbing this Campus. And I can play the Scroll Wielder now. Put 1... Oh, great. Grab the Sciences over Pledge Mage, over Expel, Poet, other Pledge Mage. I think that's fine. I like Sciences. Just at least even just for getting to the later game cards is nice. All right. I mean, I think I'm at my playable, so I don't really need to just take like a medium 3/1. I'm gonna grab this Prophecy for the sideboard and hope to pick up 1 more learn card. I think I've got 4, but it would be nice to get a 5th. All right, so I did and I do have access to this Divine Gambit here. I'm not too interested in Make Your Mark. I don't know, maybe that's better than I'm giving it credit for. But yeah, I'll grab Divine Gambit. I think I'm gonna leave it in the sideboard though. But when I build my deck, I'll think about it a little bit more when I have. I guess I could look at it. There's a different way to look. Wow. Okay. This is. I mean, I think I gotta do this. How many spirits do I have? Not too many. I mean, that's a spirit. Maybe I just another spirit. I have like 1 or 2 spirits plus my things. All right. I mean, there wasn't much else to draft, so I'm not too upset about missing out on anything else from that pack. But there's definitely a possibility I should have gone with something else. All right. Heated Debate's making it around. I don't think that I need Heated Debate on the splash. I'm probably not going to play Expel, but I don't need a second Divine Gambit either. Alright, I'll have this guy for the side. I don't think I took one of these ready, did I? Nope. Okay. It's too bad I didn't end up with another Hunt for Specimens or something like that. I think that would have been a good addition to the deck. But 4 learn cards is pretty good. I think. Did I end up with 4 or 3? Oh, Guiding Voice, right. So I do have 4. I have to cut a couple of things here. Lorehold or Silver, Quill, Pledge Mage. I guess I'll just go for the one that's easier to cast. Even though I do think the other one is better. Alright. Oh, I got 20 gems. How exciting. Alright. So let's think about this Quintoris. So the spirits get +1/+0 is only half of it. The other half of it is that whenever 1 or more cards leaves your graveyard, you get a 3/2. So we can trigger that with Rise of Exodus, Pilgrim Drop Rescuer, Radiant Scroll Wielder. And that looks like it's it. So it's probably just not worth playing. If it was in my colors, I think I would splash it. But since it's not, I think I'll skip. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Right. So we've got 17 lands. So it's just a matter of, do we like all the cards in this deck, or is there something in the sideboard that's better? Can we? Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Okay. So we've got this thing. Can we separate by? No. There might be a way to do that. I don't know how. Okay, I wanted to separate by lands and spells, but that's fine. Okay, so we've got Guiding Voice, which I like, I think, in this deck. 1 Stonerise Spirit, an Eye Twitch, a couple of Thunderous Orders, and a Silver Quill Silencer. So we are a little bit light on early drops. Just 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops. It's possible that I should have prioritized some in the draft. I don't super love 2 Pledge Mages, so I don't think... Do I have another 2-drop that I can sub in here? And I've got... Not really. I've just got another Stonerise Spirit, which I'm not particularly interested in. How many creatures am I running? 14. And any of these non-creatures... Really creatures? Yeah, one of them. I don't really want to play Defend the Campus. I don't think that I need to. I think that I have better options than that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I really... I mean, I guess I would rather play Divine Gambit, I think. Or Expel. You know, I thought I was going to end up with a ton of playables, but in the end, I'm kind of just really stuck with the last handful. I mean, there's this thing which I don't think is really good. I could just play a Make Your Mark. I don't think this is good. I don't have enough cheap spells to make it good. Alright, I'll go with Divine Gambit. I think I'm a slower deck. I didn't end up with quite as much evasion as I thought I would, but I think I have enough. Do I drop one of these Pledge Mages for another removal spell? I think I do. I'm sure I don't want Quintoris, right? So we've got 1 spirit, 2 spirits, 3 spirits. Only 3 spirits, and then, I mean, all of my learn cards are spirits, and 3 ways to exile. It's a tough choice. Like, the thing is that I can just drop this 5/5. That's not really doing much. I mean, I guess it's gonna helping me stabilize and hold the ground. All right. Overall, I'm not too thrilled with this deck. I think that it's got good lessons, but not enough learn. I think it's missing some of the higher power level black-white cards that you would expect if you were like in a really open black-white deck. But anyway, I'm gonna keep this hand. It's not like really that powerful, but it's got lands and spells. It's got my 3 colors. It's got a 2-drop at least, and if I draw a 3-drop, that would be great. If I draw another land, that would be great. But I can also put a counter on my 2-drop to make it a really effective attacker. And then if I get to my late game, then I have a nice 5-drop, 6-drop. So, all right. What do we have going on here? It's not a great draw. This card is a lot better if you get Killian. Okay. Well, we can do this and play Environmental Sciences so long as he doesn't have a removal spell, but I don't think he does. Okay. That's good. Alright, so now I've got myself a nice 2-drop. 2/3 flyer. I can grab a swamp. And I can start playing 4-drops next turn. So that ended up being a really nice draw. Got me a land, 2 life, and a counter for my 3 mana. Alright, Quandrix Pledge Mage. I don't think I have to worry about that quite yet. The question is, do I just put all my eggs in one basket, or do I just make this guy a 3/3? I think I probably... No, because they're still going to be able to attack, and I'm not going to be able to block, because if they have like a removal spell for this and trade this, well, I guess that's not so bad. This doesn't really need to be a 3/4 to be so threatening. But if they don't have an answer to it, then they're in big trouble. Okay. Right, so they don't have an answer to it, they're in big trouble. If they do have an answer to it, I can still just kill the Pledge Mage and be fine. And then next turn I'll still have this Shield Mage, so I'll have another 3/3 flyer. Okay, so I do think that that this Stonerise Spirit is going down. It very well could just be a Burying Books. Or it's just gonna get in there. Okay, so which one would I rather play? The 3/3 flyer or the 5/5? I think the 3/3 flyer is going to be more valuable in this game, so I'll play out the 5/5. They very well could have like Whirlwind Denial or Reject or something like that, yeah. So that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. Eureka moment. Whew. That is scary for them. I'm at 22 still. So I really don't even need to... I could still just play out my 5-drop. I don't even need to kill their creature or anything. I have a feeling they were pretty stuck on lands, and they really needed to get out of it, so they figured they would draw a couple. I think now they're trying to decide if they want to trade 4 for 2. Well, that's just a very good draw for me. Okay, so if I attack with both... No, I think I'm just going to attack with the flyer and play the 3/3 flyer. That way if they have a removal spell for my flyer, then I still have another one. And they're still on a very tight clock. Now I just have 3 removal spells in my hand, or I can turn Umbral Juke into a flyer if I need to. If I draw a land, then this one just turns into a flyer as well. So they've just got a lot of stuff that they have to answer, and they don't have much time to do it. Yeah, practical research is not going to cut it. This is very much a situation where you play practical research and then you resign the game. I also have 2 cards in my graveyard. I can make Dueling Coach fly to get through if I really needed to. But I don't need to. I have plenty of removal, but it is an option for me. This would be one ridiculous comeback. I mean, the thing is that if they do manage to stabilize this board somehow, then I'm in big trouble. They've got 14,000 cards in hand. Of course, they do have to discard 1 or 2, but Kelpie Guide and Zimone. Should I play Divine Gambit here? Or, I mean, I can't actually even play it, but that would not be a good idea. All right, time to just take this thing out. Attack with everything. Good game. All right, everything worked out really great there. No complaints. It's May 1st today, so I guess the ranking system reset. I don't know. I don't really know how that works. But oh, I'm supposed to add this to decks. Yeah, it's in my inventory, and I can check it out later. I was trying to do that at the end of the last video. Awesome. Ligaya. Okay, opponent goes first. So on the draw, keeping a 2-lander with a 2-drop plus Guiding Voice to get me to 3 is nice. Radiant Scroll Wielder plus Learn means that I actually have access to red mana. Because again, I can go for the sciences to get a mountain. Thing is, I also do need a second swamp, so it's not completely obvious what I want to get there, but we'll see how it goes. I could also Radiant Scroll Wielder back the environmental sciences at some point, which would be fun. Okay, that's nice to be able to start out by having 3 mana, so I know I can go 2, 3, and then 4 can turn on my my Pledge Mage, which is good for Thunderous Orator because that means that that these 2 combo together nicely. Okay, they don't combo together perfectly because I don't actually get to attack this turn as I would if this had flying natively, but it'll still be good, I think. This could be a problem. I'm only drawing planes, which is literally the only card in the deck that I don't want to draw. Okay. I think that I just... Yeah, I think I'm going to put the counter on the Orator because it's got Vigilance. I chose flying already, so now I'm going to choose lifelink. Alright. I mean, it wasn't bad. Is lifelink not on here? Oh no, I did gain 6. Okay. I just gained 8 life and dealt 6 damage last turn. It's just like a decent turn, right? I really have to hope they don't have removal spell for my scroll wielder because he kind of makes everything happen on this hand. Ugh, stupid lands, man. Too many lands. Okay, Mage's Duel to take out my guy. Attack me for 5. It's not great, but that's fine. Okay. I think I just charge in there and trade off here. Oh, he didn't block. They didn't block. That is a big surprise there. Alright, Scroll Wielder's coming. I can learn more, environmental sciences more. I just need this thing to survive a turn. No blocks. Okay, Pledge Mage is not a big deal here. Oh, it's at random. Okay. Alright, I will give it flying. And here, I think I'm going to grab just the 5-mana removal spell. To get rid of their 5/5, because I don't really have another answer to it until I draw a swamp. Alright, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's got flying. I'm going to give it lifelink. I just hope I get sciences next turn instead of the removal spell again. The removal spell would be fine though. But sciences would be nice because that turns on both my Mage Hunter's onslaughts. Alright, so now they're going to get to learn, which means that maybe they'll find an answer to Scroll Wielder. Okay, so they're going for sciences. That'll get them a counter here and maybe their 3rd color if they have one. Nope, just a swamp here, but still a nice to get that counter there. Alright, Scroll Wielder is really making my life a lot better. Alright, wrong one, but I did draw a swamp. So, what's the plan here? I think that I just don't need to give him a card. I don't need to give, yeah. Alright, we'll gain lifelink this time. And now I've got lethal with the Pledge Mage next turn, whether or not the Scroll Wielder sticks around. But yeah, Pledge Mage was really good in this game because I was able to double spell so much with Learn and with Scroll Wielder. But I guess that's kind of like, that's just Magecraft working really well with Learns. I don't think that does anything. I guess they're not gonna block, they're not gonna attack, but I'd just be able to kill them with an onslaught. I don't think that there's anything they could... I guess, actually, there is. They could have had Lash, the +2, -2 card, which would have been a big problem for me. But fortunately, they did not have that. Okay, right into the next one. It's going well so far. Drawing well so far. Scroll Wielder was all I really needed to win that game. I guess I didn't really draw well that game. I just had a good starting hand, and they didn't have the right kind of interaction to punish me. Okay, opponent goes first. 2 lands on the draw. I'm going to keep this. I've got a really nice 2-drop, 3-drop situation going on. So yeah, I'm going to keep this. Fine Gambit's not until much later in the game. Pillow Drop Rescuer is going to be really nice, bringing back any of these 3. And drawing the land is great. Drawing lane 3 is really the one that I need. The others not nearly as important, but I'll still take them. Okay, no removal for my 2-drop is awesome. And I'm gonna play a flyer before I attack. Question is it going to be Spellbinder or this thing? I think it's going to be this thing. Alright, so the reason to play this is if they kill Orator in combat somehow, but they're not going to. They might have a heated debate, but it's not. Yeah, alright, I'm going to go Spellbinder. See what they've got going on. If they have a removal spell, or sorry, if they have a counter spell, they... Okay, so they're going to just remand me. That's fine. And get Environmental Sciences. Alright, so yeah, what I was thinking is that they don't have the 2-mana removal spell because they didn't counter Orator. So maybe they would have had the 3-mana one, but they would have... I don't know. I wasn't too worried about that. Maybe I should have been more worried about it. But they also... I didn't think about that card either, but it didn't matter. Whichever one of those they had, they were going to get to play. Plus, I'm totally fine with just being able to be ahead 2 creatures on board, and now I'll be able to stop them from playing that, at least for a little bit. Okay. Eye Twitch. Whew, okay. This is quite the hand. So, tempted by the Auric. Manifestation Sage. What? What do I do? Oh, man. I think I'm going to have to go with this one because this is ridiculous. Okay. Where's my my other 2/2 when I need it? They have just a ridiculous hand right now. But making this thing a lot more expensive is good because it sort of negatively plays. You need to play your lands out before you can actually drop that. So they have their 3 blue, so they could just take the Spellbinder. That doesn't actually stop this. This is just like a trigger once it happened. So it's always going to cost 2 more. There's nothing wrong. I mean, it's still a 2-for-1 to take my creature, but fortunately, I'll just be able to bring one of these things back. Too bad I didn't have that out, though. Alright, I'll bring the Spellbinder back. So, they have Mortality Spear, but no Swamp. Manifestation Sage comes into play here. They have a Vortex Runner, a Kelpie Guide, and a Frost Trickster. So I think I just stopped the Trickster. And then I'm just going to go ahead and chump the 4/4. So I'll play a couple of flyers here. And I think I'm just going to leave Mortality Spear. Eventually they'll draw a Swamp, but until then, this is nice. I mean, it's not like I'm really getting rid of the card. It's just making it more annoying for them to play it. So that's fine. I am at 20, so maybe I don't need to chump yet, but I think it's worth it because I will get a counter out of it too, and the learn. So it really is pretty nice for me. Question is, what am I going to get from the learn? Probably just a 2-1. Yeah. And also, okay, biomathematician. So now there's a 5-5 and a 1-1. Okay. Just gonna let the other 2-2 in. I'll put the counter, I guess, here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go for another flyer. Okay, Kelpie Guide comes out. And I just have an absolute ton of flyers here. Even with Trickster locking down the 3-3 and blocking a 3-1, 2-4-7, I still have 7. Plus I can also get rid of it. Alright, we'll see what they've got here. There's only one card that's unknown. I think they pretty much have to play the Frost Trickster here. They're not going to get to 8 lands so that Kelpie Guide can tap something. 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. They're not going to be able to take me out just with damage here. And I need all my flyers. Alright, just a Frost Trickster. Radiant Scroll Wielder. A little late. Okay, so I need to play this. Getting rid of this. Giving him flying. And do they have anything? They're just a Vortex Runner. Okay. That should do it. Whew, that was a close one. I mean, when I just looked at my opponent's hand the first time and they had ridiculous cards, that was pretty scary, but it wasn't too bad in the end. They really didn't have anything that I couldn't deal with. I mean, they kind of did. I just was able to tempo them out and win, but it was a good game. Definitely got a little scary towards the mid end. I really drew very well that game. I had almost all flyers. Didn't draw removal, but I didn't really need it. If I did, I would have just been able to kill the 5-5 and then just not been really worried about being under threat. And I did have the Divine Gambit, so it's not like I didn't have any creatures. Or any removal, I mean. Alright, opponent goes first, but this time I don't have anything to play unless I draw planes, so I'm going to send it back. Plus 2 of my cheap learn spells are white, so it's worse than the other way around. Alright, this one's not great, but I will keep it. And I think I'm going to send back one of these. No. I'll send back a swamp. I have Guiding Voice, so I can get a land if I need it. And if I draw lands, then this is going to be better. Okay, right on schedule. Alright, opponent's not doing too much, but that's fine. Umbral Juke is most likely just going to be a flyer in this game. That's why I like this card so much. Sometimes sacrifice a creature is so relevant, and other times you just get a 2-1 flyer. Alright, what do you do? I think this is too good. Can't just let it stick around. Alright? I could just make a 2/1 flyer next turn with Guiding Voice. Okay. Starting to attack. Next turn I can play Guiding Voice, making this a 3/3, and Inkling Summoning. So I can really start getting in there. Blackish Trudge is a problem. I'm just going to have to win with flyers. Okay. That's fine. Rise of Exodus could be really nice if I can get one more land, but in the meantime I'm just going to kill their guy and charge in for 5. It's very possible that I should be blocking this, but I know they'll be able to get it back. And I'm also still winning the race right now. So, and plus if I can exile it, then yeah, there we go. Okay. I think I'm going to exile it now. I don't think that there's a way that they have like untap and give reach, but just in case. I guess I'll get rid of Gram Session. I don't know if that matters. Okay. What do we want here? Maybe just like a Spirit Summoning or an Intro to Prophecy. I think I could also just get like go Environmental Sciences to get my splash. I'm gonna go Introduction to Prophecy. I don't know what I need yet. This will give me another turn to figure out what their answer is going to be to what I've done. If they have no answer, then it doesn't matter. If their answer is Blood Researcher, then it doesn't really matter. I'll block. Probably just to gain life with the Blood Researcher. Or to gain a counter, I mean. It could be Lash of Malice too. And that's a bit more of a problem, but... Alright, let's draw. Or do I... Yeah. Okay, and I want to keep 2 swamps up if possible. Okay. I mean, Divine Gambit's not bad here, but I think I want to find a threat. Maybe I do just want like a second... No. I mean, I guess I do have a threat because I have Study Break. Okay. And I think the plan here is just to tap the Blood Researcher and get a 3/2, right? Yeah. It's possible I should have kept the Divine Gambit, but I'm not sure. I also don't know what they have in hand. They could still have creatures. Okay, they get rid of my Rise and my creature, which is really good for them. And they get another Pest Summoning. So I think here I'm just gonna kill their Blood Researcher because I really need to. It's gonna take me out pretty quickly, and play a little Top Deck War. I also don't know what their other card is, so... But right now the board's pretty even. Ooh. Another Learn is really good for them. And they can just get rid of my guy. Oh, they don't have enough lands. Okay. Alright. Alright, we'll give this flying. By getting rid of... I don't think it matters. whatever. I guess I have Scroll Wielder, so it does matter. I should have paid more attention to that. But I kind of do want to get rid of the low impact instants and sorceries, because it's not like I'm going to be drawing 14 cards out of here. I just want to be able to know what I'm going to get. But I also am not close to getting Scroll Wielder. Alright, so they've got an Inkling Summoning. Ooh, they're actually killing my flyer. Interesting. Oh, okay. This is nice. I know they have Inkling Summoning, so... question is, do I attack first and trade my 3/2 for 2 of their 1/1s? I think I do. Okay. Inkling Summoning. That was really fortunate. Oh no! Oh, that is not good. Okay, no attacks. Where's my Divine Gambit? Can I have it back? Is that cool? Alright, I've got one turn to draw a response. Is a swamp considered a response here, would you say? Ugh, I wish I had my Divine Gambit back. Okay, that was a good game. Oh, Bookworm, man, should I have... I could have Divine Gambited, like, their Blood Researcher, just thinking that they wouldn't have anything better than just like a 4/4 Lifelinker, and then they would have just dropped Bookworm into play. That would have been ridiculous. That was a cool game. I think getting the Intro to Prophecy was questionable, and the Spirit Summoning, man. In like one deck I had the blue lesson that just lets you draw 2, or if they have 4 more cards than you, you draw 4. And that's what you want in the late game. I don't really have a lesson like that that just says, okay, we're in the late game, I'm going to take over from here. Alright, I'm going to throw this one back. I have no creatures. Divine Gambit's really basically a mulligan already because you don't want it until the late game. I don't have anywhere to put the counter, so I can't really even use this. And I go first, so I think I need to send that one back. Yikes. Okay, so I have studied. I just need to draw a planes here, and then some creatures. Okay, I think I'm going to keep it. I'm going to send back maybe one of these learn cards. Expel or Study Break. I'm going to send back Study Break. No, I'm going to send back Guiding Voice. Alright, this could be trouble. After we started off with some nice wins, we are scared. Alright, so at least I'm not getting blown out of the water, which is nice. But I think that's worth killing. It's not valuable, or like it's not a tempo play, but that was going to get too big to handle anyway, and I may as well use my mana. If I can draw a land, then I get to drop the Pledge Mage. Yikes. Why doesn't it just skip for me? There's nothing I can do. Man. Talk about a time where you just wanted to wait one turn. Okay. So we're back on board here, and I can just get rid of their Archmage here without any way for them to get it back, so that's nice. I have 2 creatures in the yard, so not the Pillar Drop Rescuer yet. Okay, they're Quandrix. They have a splash for red. Like, what card do I say with the silencer? What's the best green-blue card? Drawing another plains is nice. I think I'm just going to drop 5/5. Maybe they'll make my job easier by playing... Oh, okay. I was going to say, do they have the 2-mana counterspell? Maybe they'll make my job easier by playing a learn spell or something like that. So I guess I can wait on the silencer. 5/0 is a problem. Okay, elemental summoning. So they can play that this turn? No, they can't play that this turn. So I'm gonna tax them a little bit, I think. I was kind of hoping to draw a land there, but that's okay. I can still play iTwitch. And Study Break if I need to. Do they have another bounce spell or something? Oh, just a heated debate. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Question is, do I just chump block with iTwitch here? Do I play Study Break? And then when I learn, what am I going to get? Am I going to get the 5-drop removal? I kind of think I need it here, but... yeah, I think I need it. I wish I had like a bounce spell. Divine Gambit. Do I just take the chances that they don't have anything, or let's see. I've got 6 mana, which is just not the combination that I want here. Well, I think I have to get rid of something, so I think I just have to hope they don't have another big creature. Wait, no, that's silly. Then I can't double spell next turn, so I think I just have to go for this. I think I should have actually taken out the Pledge Mage, to be honest. Because they can just play Summoning, and that becomes a 7/7 anyway. This is a tough one. I am not sure I'll be able to make it out of this. Definitely going to chump with iTwitch here and potentially just get... shoot, what do I want to get? I can get Sciences, I can get a creature. Yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, I'll need to answer this 4/4 at some point. I could get Inkling Summoning to answer the 2/2. I could get Intro to Prophecy to dig for a removal spell. I think I'm going to go Summoning, because I will need to answer that at some point. Alright, so we did draw the land here. I need to tap mana very specifically. Right? Okay. No counterspell, please? Thank you. Boom! Life gain. Bet you didn't see that one coming. And... what do we have? Nothing. Okay. That's really what I needed in order to potentially maybe stabilize this game. It means they have 4 cards in hand, but okay, so it's gonna be some damage. Whew. That's also a problem. Oh man. I mean, like, I can play Pillar Drop Rescuer, Get Back, iTwitch or something. Yeah. Oh, but I still don't have enough mana to play both iTwitch and Inkling Summoning, though. Man. 7/7s. 7. I mean, I killed so many things, but my opponent's deck was really the perfect one to match up against mine, where they're just gonna out card spell. They're gonna out card draw me, and they're 3 colors. So all they really needed was for me to not have one of my draws where I curve out and get a lot of flyers on the board pretty early. So overall, I think that game, or like, I could win that matchup, but not in the way that happened. I had to make it a long, drawn-out game because my opening hand was really bad, and they were always going to win a long, drawn-out game against my deck because they just have too many threats. I can't... Almost all their cards can help them get 5/5, 7/7s, whatever. And I only have so many removal spells, so... Okay. This one's good. It's not perfect, but I can cycle the study break for the mountain, and go ahead and be able to play Scroll Wielder. Right? I think that's what I want to do. You know what? I mean, so I could do that. I just get the scroll. Oh, that's fine. It becomes bad if they have an immediate answer to my Scroll Wielder, but if they don't, then that's good. Alright, so do I want to just play the Orator here? I don't think so. Okay, so, I mean, it's not the greatest start. Ooh, what is this? Oh my god, that card is so good. But it would have been better if I had my my study break. So hopefully I will draw. Or so hopefully they won't kill it. I guess they're not going to kill it. Study break? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go study break. They get to learn still, and they got to hit me for 3. But I also get to learn off of it, so it's not bad or anything. And here I'm just going to go for an Inkling Summoning, I think, right? Is there any reason not to? I don't think they have any, like, pingers or anything like that, so... Yeah, just go ahead and do that, and I think that's what I want to play here. I'll get it back with Scroll Wielder. And in the meantime, I don't think I want to trade damage. I think that I would rather hold back with Scroll Wielder. Especially if they had like a Burying Books or something like that. They didn't spend any of their mana last turn. Okay, they get a Sciences. I have a handful of good cards. I can basically double or play all of my instants and sorceries twice until they find an answer to this. So this game, I'm pretty confident that I can win a long game. Okay, so now I'm going to be up to 6 mana. So I could play... I'm probably going to play a Thunderous Orator and So I'm just going to go ahead and play this first. And attack with that. I really do think they have Varian Bucks. Okay, that's fine. That was going to get something at some point. I could have held it back so that they couldn't efficiently spend their mana this turn, but I think it was worth doing. All right, I still have the Sciences in the graveyard, and I have 2 more spells to cast, which I'll be able to cast twice. So if they play something big, perfect. I'll just take it out. If they don't, I can Umbral Juke to make a creature. All right, I think that's worth killing. Right? So what does this do? Right, so they have multiple instants and sorceries that they can put on in their hand. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm just gonna get a Plains. I can still cast Mage Hunter's Onslaught. Maybe I am making a mistake and I should just be trading damage. Yeah, I think I should be attacking here. Okay. Just because they do have a ton of cards in hand. I guess I didn't really think about them having Expel, because I was thinking about them as blue-red, but I should have been. Alright, so there's no way for them to kill my flyer and take advantage of this not being a flyer, so I don't have to worry about playing anything pre-combat. And I also can, so I've got 4, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I think I just go Shield Mage Orator here. And present 9 power of flying damage for their life total of 12. Okay, so they get a Retriever Phoenix, which is annoying. This card is ridiculous. And they're going to shock one of my Orators. Okay. So anytime they learn, they just get this card back. It really is just not fair. Question is, do I attack with my flyers? And since I'm going to play 2 more, I think I do. It would really suck if they have another learn spell next turn, but I think I kind of just have to take that risk. Plus, they're not going to realize that I have lethal until I actually do, right? Because I only have 6 power on board right now, but I'm going to add a flyer at the end of the turn. So, right, they might be tempted to tap out to just play like a big dumb dude. They might have like another shock or something. Pillar Drop Rescuer is nice. I have Orators in the graveyard to get. Okay. Okay. We did it! We got another win. And we're in good shape. I mean, 4 wins. I thought this deck was fine, but it wasn't like a, oh, I'm so confident I'm going to 7-0 with this deck. I would like to get 7 wins. I actually have not gotten 7 wins yet. I've gotten 6 twice, and a handful of 4s and 5s. I've probably done about 6 or 7 drafts so far, and 1-1-3, which I thought was the best deck that I built. So it was a nice blue-red deck. It really did a lot of the good blue-red things, just not quickly enough. Or at least not quickly enough for the opponents I played against. Okay. Alright, this hand kinda stinks. We've got this 4-drop that you don't really just want to play by itself. Man. I don't want to mulligan. I can't keep this hand. I mean, if they play any sort of fast situation, I'm just completely done. Alright, I guess I'm keeping this. I don't think Stonerise Spirit is particularly good right in the early game, even though it is a 2-drop. Okay. Hi, Twitch. Maybe I will be able to trade that off or chump with it so I can get a plains. Kill my creature, please. Darn. I don't think that there's like a flash creature that I need to be worried about chump blocking next turn, so I may as well take the damage. And I have one more turn to draw land. Any land would be nice, but a plains would be nicest. Hey! Okay. Now we're back in business. I think I'm just going to go ahead and drop my Pledge Mage. And here I'm not going to attack. I would very, very much encourage this sort of interaction. That would be wonderful for me. I don't think that they're going to attack, but it also means that next turn I can hold up. Ugh, that's annoying. Either way, I'll just be able to expel it or Umbral Juke it next turn. So it's not like they're going to get max value out of having the counter there. But this is a good one in this situation. All right, so they go for expel. I mean, they also could have creature here, which, if I don't draw a swamp, would create problems. And they go for flying here, which I think makes sense. Question is, do I just chump block to get environmental sciences to make sure that I can always do it next turn? If they do play a creature and I don't have anything. I mean, I can't imagine they're playing a creature here, right? They would have played it on turn 2. But I don't have anything else to do this turn, and I drew the swamp, so do I just go for Onslaught? I think... shoot, but what if they have the Blossoming Defense? Alright, I'm gonna go Onslaught. Not confident. Okay. Do they have -2, +2? +2, -2 for this. Seems like they have something. Yes, there we go. Alright. Total interaction, not too much happened. I still have a couple of cards in hand. Under his orders, a decent draw. Nothing too good. Could have like Umbral Juke. This prevents me from playing any of my other stuff, but I don't really have an obvious target, so I think that's fine. Okay, so they definitely have something in hand. I don't know if it's some sort of removal spell. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that draw. I'm going to go ahead and attack here into whatever the heck they've got with 5 mana and 4 cards in hand. 2 colors. Okay. That's fine. And I'll ship the turn. I don't want to play Umbral Juke because I feel like it can do more, right? I think that I should kill this thing. This thing will get out of hand. If I hadn't drawn this 5/5, I probably would just make a 2/1 flyer. Ooh, that's actually a really nice draw. I would have made a 2/1 flyer because I would have needed a way to win the game, and that 3/3 wasn't killing me anytime soon. But with the 5/5 in hand, I know eventually I'll draw a land and I'll have something big to play. Plus, I have multiple learn cards. At least one of which can get me the Scry 2 draw card, or just a 2/1 flyer or something like that. So, I think that gave me the ability. Oh, I sacrifice a creature. And okay, so do I want to sacrifice my 2/2 flyer and learn? Or do I want to just sacrifice my regular 2/2 that's not really doing anything? Regular 2/2. And hopefully I'll draw a land. Ugh, that's not what I wanted. Okay. I could just get environmental sciences here so that I have a land for next turn. I think I should do that. And I guess I get a second plains. Alright. I've never worked so hard to get a land in my entire life, but it's questionable whether that was worth it. Okay. I think I just dropped the 5/5 here and pass. No, I think I attack, actually. No, I don't. Because if I attack, I expect that they've still got... Oh, okay. They're just going to do it right now for some reason, even though they could get the trigger on their turn. But yeah, this makes it easy for me. I was thinking about attacking, but if they had a removal spell, then they could just get lifelink, and they wouldn't need flying, and then I would really be unhappy. Okay. So now they've got a 5/3 flyer. That's 5/3 flying lifelink. But all I need to do is now answer that, which is very conveniently timed. So the question is, do I just hope that they don't have a removal spell? I think so. Okay, probably Inkling Summoning, maybe Introduction to Prophecy. Introduction to Prophecy. I think that my the cards in my deck are at this point, like, of 3 of them, probably one of them will be better than a 2/1 flyer. That's nice. Alright. Got another 3/3 flyer, so there's no reason not to do this. And now I'm looking like I'm in really good shape. It's not over or anything, but definitely in good shape. Okay. Oh, I don't want any of these. Go away. I mean, I guess I kind of do want a land, but I don't want to spend a mana on it. Alright. Oh, I really should have played this first. That was actually pretty silly. Because I am going to play this. but I should have seen what they had. Well, I guess maybe not. If they had a flyer to block one of my guys, then I would prefer it this way. Okay. So we're able to draw a couple of good cards in a row and won the top deck war, basically. But part of it is because there are actually some really nice cards in the deck, and just being able to learn so much was really nice. But all right, I think I'm actually going to pause for a quick break, but you probably shouldn't notice anything. So yeah, I'll see you then. But this is a nice place to stop. 5 wins, 2 losses. Already made my gems back, plus got 4 packs, plus don't forget those 20 gems or something like that I got from the draft. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute. Back with the next game here, playing against Ergfish. Okay, got a pretty nice hand here. Guiding Voice, Silencer, Orator, and a removal spell. Not really the ideal removal spell for this situation. I will say hello. I will take Eye Twitch into Thunderous Orator. That's a very nice start, especially with Guiding Voice at some point for the Eye Twitch to make it a 2/2 flyer. Alright, let's send in. Opponent might be stuck on one color. They might just be messing around with me. Doesn't look like they have the 2-mana counter. If they did, I would have been fine with it. Okay, they're blue-white. Not really sure what the deal is with that. So I only have 1 plane, so I can't play the Silencer and Guiding Voice this turn. I'm going to go ahead and drop this mountain. And I'm just going to attack. If they have Burying Books, they have Burying Books. It's not the biggest deal in the world, and it doesn't seem like they've got anything. So I could play Silencer, naming like Pop Quiz, but they would have that on end step, so it's not like that would work. I guess I play it first, and then if they respond with Pop Quiz, then... Okay, so they didn't respond with Pop Quiz. I'm going to go with that. That's a good thing to randomly expect them to have, where they have 3 mana, but it looks like that was not it. All right, they're okay. Now that makes a lot more sense. 2/4 flyer is kind of a good blocker here. I can Guiding Voice and play a 2/1. And I can also attack in with Silver Quill Silencer then for 4 damage. It's fine. I think that is probably the best move here. And I mean, I think I'm just gonna go for an Inkling Summoning. It's nothing great, but it'll be a nice flyer, and it'll give me a second flyer for the Orator. If Eye Twitch goes down or Chump Blocks or something. And we'll see what they've got here. I mean, they could easily have attack with this, play the one of the 7 mana instants or sorceries that are really powerful in that deck. But looks like they're not going to play anything here. I don't really care if they use a removal spell or some sort of combat trick on the Silver Quill Silencer. That's just not a big deal to me. Right, so that's fine. It's too bad that I can't use Expel. Expel does absolutely nothing here. But, I mean, that's really slow. It's fine. It's honestly pretty strong, but it wasn't something I was going to play around. And I feel good about not worrying about playing around that. Especially drawing the 5/5, because I know that if they do have some sort of trick, then I'll be able to just drop this and get in next turn. Okay, so No reason to block here. They've got to have something really powerful to do here, because that means that I get to attack with all of my flyers. Okay, so they are just going to go ahead and Snow Day on my turn, or on their turn, which means that this doesn't get as much value as possible, but they probably needed the draw, and obviously they needed to make it cheaper with Maelstrom use. But the problem is now I get to use my Expel. I still get to hit in for 3, and they're not really in great shape. I have an Inkling Summoning and a Guiding Voice, which is nice, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and play Expel for this turn. This is like a good hedge against their top end. That thing was able to make them have a more explosive turn. Now they're going to have a more honest turn, and that's really good for me because I have a much bigger board presence than them. Alright, so they get to scry 2 and draw 2. Or scry 1, draw 1, and then scry 1, draw 1. But they're out of mana here, so they're just going to have to go for a chump block. They did keep one of the cards. It was a land, I think. No reason not to send with the team. There are... Okay, so they're going to go down to 1 here. Play this and the Scroll Wielder. And I think that should do it. I can't really imagine what my opponent would have to have here to get out of this situation. I also have the Stonerise Spirit next turn to give one of these 2 flying, if I need to. Out of my graveyard, I have Guiding Voice, so that doesn't do anything here. Expel isn't going to do anything here. If their creature's tapped anyway, I don't really care. Alright, good game. They've got a removal spell for my 5/5, but that's not going to do anything here for them. Okay. Got another win. One step closer to that elusive 7 win for me. Of course, I believe it is easier at the beginning of a season because my rating is lower, so the opponents that I play against aren't necessarily as good. But this is looking good for me. Either way, I got 6 wins already. I think that my deck is strong, so it's got totally a chance to beat anyone. I can tempo anybody out if I just get enough evasive flyers and removal spells. But my opponent is a GP Jedi, so it might be really tough if they Jedi Mind Trick me or something. Alright. Don't like Divine Gambit that I can't cast in my hand, but I do like 2-drop, 3-drop, plus 4 lands, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. Umbral Juke obviously can be used either of these 2 modes to add to my board state or take away from theirs, depending on their colors and depending on what they've got going on. Alright, I like drawing Dueling Coach to finish my curve out. Emergent Sequence is nice here. Okay, so that's a 2/2. I am going to call, what's that? I don't even remember what the name of it is. Field of something? Field Trip. I don't know what they've got, but maybe they've got a Field Trip. That'll prevent them from learning. Biomathematician would have been a nice choice too. That potentially is the best thing they could have had there. So maybe that would have been a nice choice. Alright. I'm just gonna pass the turn. I have Umbral Juke here. I'm not really expecting to use it to make them sacrifice anything. Though they did not play a land last turn, which is actually really good for me. Whew, another Biomathematician. Well, there's not much that I can do here. Imagine if I just randomly named Biomathematician. Okay. Do I just play Umbral Juke to trade off my token for a 2/2? I mean, I guess I think I do that. And then next turn I can play Dueling Coach and make a 3/3. Make it a 3/3 or make this a 4/3. I think I'm going to make it a 3/3. And it is a little bit unfortunate that I can't play the Scroll Wielder on curve. I already do have something in the graveyard that I can use. Divine Gambit, though, is not going to be a card that I want to cast for quite a while. My opponent's stuck on lands, and they're playing a ramp deck. So they've probably got some nice stuff going on at the top of the curve. The good part about this situation is that my opponent doesn't really want to attack with this land, even though it is a 4/4, because they can't really afford to give it up. They kind of need it. Alright, so they are going to fight here. And then probably send with the 2/2s. Ooh. Okay, so that was a very good turn for them. They were able to clear my board. And I have nothing to play here, so this is getting scary. Drew another land as well. Yeah, I need like a Lightning Helix, which I do not have in this deck. I do have Radiant Scroll Wielder, which will give me lifelink to my creatures, but I don't think that that's really going to cut it here. I can't even play Scroll Wielder and Divine Gambit because my red-white land, basically I would need 4 colored sources that are not black. Even if I played the land out, that would only be 3. But looks like I'm done here, so I'm just going to go ahead and say good game. My opponent had a ridiculous start, being able to drop a land for a 2/2 and then double Biomathematician. Even though they didn't draw lands, they really had some nice spells that they were able to play with it to back that up and stop me just shy of 7 wins again. So 6 wins seems to be my peak, but I'm happy to be able to play a draft of Magic and improve by 300 gems out of it. Also get some packs. Not really too interested in Constructed, so I don't know how much the packs are helping me, but yeah, let's just take one more look at the deck before we sign off today. And oh, I was like, Soldiers of Plowshares, why was that in my sideboard now? Sideboard's here. Yeah, so did have some really nice 2-drops, 2 Thunderous Orators. I was a little light on those on 2-drops, Stonerise Spirit and Silvercool Silencer. So I was a little light on those if I wanted to really build a nice curve out deck. But I just had pretty high card quality with the Spellbinder, the Shadewing Laureate, Radiant Scroll Wielder, 3, and just like a ton of removal spells. 3 Mage Hunter's Onslaughts, Rise of Exodus. So overall, I think it was a very average deck. I don't think that it was really, now that I look at it again, I don't think that it was really a 7-win quality deck, but I will take it anytime that I can get to 6 wins. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful day. Bye.